After months of staying quiet, Anna Duggar has returned. Fans understand why she hasn't spoken much lately. Because of Josh Duggar's actions, the Duggar family has faced a lot of criticism. Anna hasn't been seen in recent pictures or on social media. In case you missed it, Josh, Anna's husband, was arrested in the spring of 2021. He was found guilty in December after a trial in November. He was charged with receiving and possessing child pornography. He is set to be sentenced in May. Right now, no one really knows what Anna is doing. Rumors say she is still supporting her husband, even after everything that has happened. Her fans are wondering what's going on since she hasn't posted anything online. After Josh was found guilty in early December, fans saw Anna briefly in a Christmas video on YouTube by Jessa Seawald. It was a short appearance. Later, people noticed her at a wedding. Jeremiah Duggar married Hannah Wisman. A screenshot from a wedding video shows what looks like Anna and one of her sons. The photo is blurry, so it's hard to tell for sure, but it seems to be her. That blurry photo is the only recent image of Anna. It doesn't tell us much about how she's doing. Still, her being at the wedding suggests that she is still on good terms with Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar. Since Anna has 7 kids, she likely needs help from the Duggar family. Whether Anna will show up again soon is unknown. The Duggars haven't shared much lately, and fans are curious about when they'll post something new online. Many fans are still hoping Anna will leave Josh and focus on her children. For months, people have been begging her to listen. The Duggar family has been in the news a lot because of Josh's legal problems. His conviction has been one of the biggest scandals in their history. Even though the media has been all over this, Anna has mostly stayed quiet. Anna is known for her strong faith and loyalty to her family. Since all of this started, she's stayed away from the spotlight. But recently, she made a rare appearance that surprised people. The Duggar family has been famous since their TV show 19 Kids and Counting first aired. With such a big and close family, they've always had people who both admire and criticize them. Their beliefs are based on strict Christian values, with clear roles for men and women, courtship before marriage, and having large families. But in 2021, everything changed. Josh, once seen as the golden boy and a political figure, was arrested for having and receiving child sexual abuse material. He faced a long legal battle, which ended in his conviction in December 2021. The conviction shocked fans and deeply hurt the Duggar family, not only because of the crime itself, but also because of all the attention it brought. For Anna, it was an especially hard time. She had to deal with the pain of what Josh did and face public judgment. While other family members made public comments, Anna stayed quiet. She didn't post online, give interviews, or go to public events. She chose to stay private during this difficult time. But months later, Anna was seen again at a quiet church service in a small town in Arkansas. This was her first appearance since Josh's trial. In online photos, Anna looked calm but serious. She was with her children and wore a long, modest dress, like she usually does. Her eyes showed sadness, a sign of the weight she's been carrying. The event wasn't about Josh or the case. It was about faith. For Anna, it was a chance to be part of her church again and focus on raising her kids in a religious way. Seeing Anna again, even in a quiet setting, surprised people. She could have stayed hidden, but she chose to show up, even if it was just a little. This small step showed that she may be trying to move forward, even though her future is uncertain. During Josh's trial, Anna chose to remain silent. She didn't post online or speak in public about what was happening. Fans and critics wondered why. But Anna's silence was likely a personal choice. She is deeply religious, and maybe she felt she needed to focus on her family and her faith instead of joining the public discussion. She is probably struggling with a lot of emotions. On one side, she is a mother who wants to protect her kids. On the other, she is a wife who has been married to Josh for more than 10 years and has 4 children with him. The situation is hard to imagine, and she likely needed time to deal with it privately. Some people have been harsh and said she's supporting Josh or making things worse by staying with him. But it's important to remember that she is going through something extremely painful. Her silence may be her way of coping and finding her own path through this. One of the most important parts of Anna's life has always been being a mother. She and Josh have 4 children together: Mackenzie, Michael, Marcus, and Meredith. Throughout their marriage, Anna has always been a hands-on mom, putting her children first and raising them with the values she and Josh believed in. Since Josh's arrest, Anna has been very protective of her kids. She hasn't spoken publicly about how the situation has affected them, but it's clear she's doing everything she can to keep them safe from the attention and judgment surrounding the family. The Duggar children have always been kept away from much of the outside world, and Anna is likely continuing to raise her kids in a private, loving environment away from all the media attention. In the few times she has been seen in public, Anna has been spending time with her children and showing her deep care for them. Her actions show how much she is focused on being a good mother. Her kids are her top priority, and even with all the challenges she's facing, she puts them first. This shows how strong and committed she is. No matter what's happening in her marriage or personal life, her love for her children has never changed. The future for Anna Duggar is uncertain. With Josh facing serious legal trouble, Anna's life is sure to be different moving forward. She hasn't said much about what she plans to do next, but it's clear that she will continue to rely on her faith and her family as she goes through this hard time. Her recent appearance in public might have been her way of starting to find herself again, separate from the scandal that has affected the whole family. It might also be her first step toward healing, after staying quiet and out of sight for so long. As for her relationship with Josh, only Anna knows what she will do. She has stood by him so far, but it's unclear what the future will look like. Many people wonder if she will continue to support him while he is in prison, or if she will decide to move on for the sake of her children. Whatever she chooses, it's clear that her journey will be shaped by personal growth, strength, and her strong faith. It's been 10 years since 19 Kids and Counting was canceled. A lot has changed for the Duggar family during that time. The show followed Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar and their 19 children, showing their life in Arkansas and their strict religious beliefs. But after a major scandal involving Josh, the oldest son, the show was taken off the air in 2015. Since then, the family has gone in many different directions. Some members stayed close to their religious roots, while others chose different paths. Jim Bob and Michelle have mostly stayed out of the spotlight since the show ended. They continued raising their younger children, since some of them were still living at home. Now let's talk about the kids. The Duggar children have grown up, and many of them have started families of their own. Several of the older children got married and began having kids shortly after the show ended. They followed the same conservative beliefs they were raised with, at least in the beginning. Jill Duggar was one of the first to step away from the family's way of life. She and her husband, Derek Dillard, have been open about their decision to leave the family's inner circle. They said they wanted more control over their lives and to make their own choices. In 2023, Jill released a book called Counting the Cost, where she talked about the emotional and mental struggles she faced growing up in the Duggar household. She also shared how her relationship with her parents became strained over time. Despite the tension, she still keeps in touch with some of her siblings. Jessa Duggar stayed more connected with the family for a while. She continued sharing updates about her life on social media and YouTube. She and her husband, Ben Seawald, now have 5 children. Jessa still seems close to her parents and many of her siblings, though she hasn't spoken publicly much about the family drama. Jinger Duggar took a different path too. She and her husband, Jeremy Vualo, moved to Los Angeles and started a new life there. Over the years, Jinger has spoken about how her beliefs have changed. She said she no longer follows some of the strict rules she was raised with, especially those taught by the Institute in Basic Life Principles, a religious group her family followed. In 2023, she also released a book called Becoming Free Indeed, where she talked about finding her own faith and identity. Jinger still talks to her family, but lives a more independent life now. Joanna Duggar also got married and started a family. She and her husband, Austin Forsyth, have 3 children. They still live in Arkansas and appear to be following a more traditional lifestyle. Joanna sometimes shares family updates online, and she seems to stay close to her parents and siblings, Joseph, Josiah, Jedediah, and Jeremiah Duggar all got married and started families too. They mostly stay out of the spotlight, but post occasional updates. Most of them still live near the family home and seem to continue following the same religious values they grew up with. Justin and James Duggar are part of the younger group of siblings who have started becoming adults over the past few years. Justin got married in 2021 when he was just 18. James is still single and has kept a lower profile. As for the youngest Duggar children, many of them are still teenagers or in their early 20s. Since 19 Kids and Counting ended and its spin-off Counting On was canceled in 2021, they haven't been on TV, and not much is known about their daily lives. However, they are still being homeschooled and raised in the same home their older siblings grew up in. Now, let's talk about the biggest event that continued to affect the family over the past 10 years, Josh Duggar's legal troubles. In 2015, the show was canceled after it was revealed that Josh had molested several of his sisters and a family babysitter as a teenager. He later admitted to viewing pornography and cheating on his wife, Anna. In 2021, things got even worse when Josh was arrested for possession of child sexual abuse material. In 2022, he was found guilty and sentenced to over 12 years in federal prison. Josh's wife, Anna, has stayed mostly silent throughout the past decade. She and Josh have 7 children. Despite everything, Anna has stood by her husband and has visited him in prison. She lives near the Duggar family and reportedly still has the support of Jim Bob and Michelle. However, some of her sisters-in-law, like Jill and Jinger, have spoken out about the damage Josh's actions caused and have expressed concern about how things were handled within the family. In 2023, a documentary series called Shiny Happy People was released on Amazon Prime Video. It explored the Duggar family's ties to the Institute in Basic Life Principles and the teachings of its founder, Bill Gothard. Several family members, including Jill and her husband Derek, appeared in the series and talked about the toxic environment they experienced. The documentary caused a lot of media attention and gave viewers a different look at the Duggar world. It made it clear that while the family presented a wholesome image on TV, there were deeper issues going on behind the scenes. Since then, the Duggar family has kept a much lower public profile. They no longer have a TV show, and fewer of them post regularly online. Still, many fans are curious about their lives and keep up through social media or news articles. In the end, the Duggar family looks very different now than it did when 19 Kids and Counting aired. Some of the kids have stayed close to the beliefs they grew up with, while others have stepped away and created new paths. The scandal that ended the show continues to affect the family's relationships and public image. But for better or worse, they are no longer just the smiling faces from a reality show. They are real people, dealing with real challenges and trying to figure out what their future looks like, just like everyone else. Jana Duggar, the oldest daughter of the Duggar family from the reality TV show 19 Kids and Counting, has just shared some exciting news that has fans buzzing. For years, viewers have followed the Duggar family's journey on television, watching as the family grew and each of the children started families of their own. But Jana's journey has been a little different, and that's why this update is getting so much attention. If you've been keeping up with the Duggars, you probably know that Jana is one of the few adult Duggar children who hasn't gotten married or started a family, at least not yet. Over the years, fans have often wondered about her personal life. While many of her siblings married young and started having children right away, Jana has taken a different path. She's focused on helping with her younger siblings, working on home projects, gardening, and living a quieter life away from the spotlight. But now things have changed. Jana recently took to social media to share some news that surprised a lot of people. She's introduced a baby to her life. No, she's not pregnant, and she hasn't adopted a child either. The baby news actually comes in a slightly different form, but it's still exciting and meaningful to her. In her post, Jana revealed that she has become a proud aunt again, and she's taking on a very special role in the life of this new baby. One of her younger siblings recently welcomed a child, and Jana shared that she's going to be the baby's godmother. For those who know how close the Duggar family is, this is a big deal. Being chosen as a godparent is an honor, especially in a family with so many siblings and cousins to choose from. Jana posted a sweet photo of herself holding the newborn, and fans were quick to comment on how natural she looked with the baby in her arms. She was glowing, smiling down at the little one with so much love and warmth. Many fans commented that she looked like she was meant to be a mom. Others praised her for being such a supportive sister and aunt, and said they hope she would have her own family someday if that's what she wants. This new baby is just the latest addition to the ever-growing Duggar family tree. With 19 children, and many of them already married with kids of their own, there's always a new niece or nephew being born. But what makes this one special is the close bond Jana has with the baby's parents. Although she didn't say exactly which sibling had the baby, fans believe it might be one of her closest sisters, which would explain why she was chosen as the godmother. Jana hasn't shared too many details about the baby, and she's been careful not to reveal too much personal information. That's something fans have come to appreciate about her. Even though she grew up on reality TV, she's always been one of the more private members of the family. She doesn't post as often as some of her siblings, and when she does, it's usually about her hobbies, her travels, or quiet moments with her family. This baby news, however, was something she clearly wanted to share, and it's easy to see why. It's a joyful moment, and it shows how much love and support exists within the Duggar family, even with all the changes they've been through in recent years. Some fans are wondering if this experience might inspire Jana to consider motherhood herself. She's 35 now, and while that's not unusual in the real world, in Duggar family terms, it's considered late to start a family. But Jana has always walked her own path. She's never let the expectations of others rush her into a relationship, and she's spoken in the past about waiting for the right person and the right time. In interviews and past episodes of the show, she said that she wants to get married one day, but only if it's truly the right person. She's turned down relationships that didn't feel right, and she's focused on building a life that's full and meaningful in the meantime. Whether that includes marriage and kids of her own someday is still unknown. But for now, she seems very happy in her role as aunt and godmother. It's also worth noting that Jana has a strong support system. Her sisters, especially Jessa, Duggar, and Joanna, have been very open about how much Jana means to them. They've called her the glue that holds the family together, and they often praise her for her kindness, patience, and generosity. With a family that large, there's always someone who needs a helping hand, and Jana has always been willing to step in. Now she's stepping into a slightly new role, one that's all about love, guidance, and being a constant presence in a child's life. And based on the reaction from fans, people are really happy to see her in this new chapter. Social media was full of warm messages, with fans writing things like, "Jana will make the best godmother," and "This baby is lucky to have someone like her." It's moments like these that remind people why they fell in love with the Duggar family in the first place. No matter what controversies or challenges have come up, at the core, their story has always been about family. And this latest baby news adds a joyful note to that story. Jana may not have her own children yet, but she's clearly got a heart full of love to give. Whether she becomes a mom someday or continues to embrace her role as aunt and godmother, she's showing that there's no one right way to live a meaningful, fulfilling life. And for fans of 19 kids and counting, it's just really nice to see Jana smiling, happy, and surrounded by love. As the Duggar family continues to grow, there's no doubt we'll keep seeing more sweet moments like this one.